Alrighty, how are you doing, guys? Thank you so much for everybody joining us today. If I can get the words out, we got another edition of the XXO Connect Live. So, of course, we got our usuals showing up here, Mr. Jason Lebowitz. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing great.
And of course, we have Chantel Soumis.
Yeah, oh, it's not the same anymore.
I practiced, I was like, I still had a hesitation though. You might have not known that, but I took the hesitation that please don't say it, please don't say it, please.
Oh, I was waiting for it. I should have never corrected you. Dang it! It was so magical.
The best part
if you want to say, if you want it back, it's hello everybody. Here we got Chantel Soumis. How's it?
Thank you. That's better. That feels more.
The way you think of it is that we miss Chantel, miss Soumis, we miss.
Oh, that's cute.
Hey, there you go. What a play on words.
People.
What a play on words. There you go, Jason. That's the way to use it.
That's how you remember names. You always think of something that reminds you of something, and then you can lock it to that person. I'm horrible with names. I'm horrible.
Hey, I'm glad you said that.
How do we remember your last name? Lebowitz. Don't even try.
Don't even try. So, guys, how are you? How's your work week been going? It is another week closer to the end of the year. So a lot of things are ramping up for a lot of folks. I think kind of like next week's when everybody starts heading into the decompression sort of, okay.
Decompression? Is that what you think it is?
Yeah. Well, I think at some point you have to go. There is a level where you say, okay, at least Christmas is close by. There's a few days where people won't be like so stammered, worrying about the work week and everything else. We kind of shift our thought processes to giving, receiving, and being in the spirit. So I think that's a good thing. I think for me that's kind of like a level of decompressing from just everything else that's around me. I don't know about you guys, but that's the way I usually feel about that time.
Beautiful. That's beautiful. Well, do you want me to start it off with a passage from this book I was just gifted?
Oh, yes.
Please.
Thank you. Shout out to Lauren Wills. You're my girl. Thank you for thinking of me randomly out of the blue and sending me this little treat. Okay, so here's the passage that she bookmarked for me. The people who don't give up are the people who find a way to believe in abundance rather than scarcity. They've taken into their hearts the idea that there is enough for all of us, that success will manifest itself in different ways for different people, that keeping the faith is more important than cashing the check.
Ooh.
Thoughts on the passage. Brave enough.
That is deep. Really?
It's beautiful, right? Because I think it's very important to have these reminders from a day to day and really understand that you shouldn't give up. And it's going to be hard and there's going to be those rough days, but as long as you keep your eye on the prize, which could be just, your end goal. What is that big end goal? And knowing that it's going to be different for you versus other people. That's what matters.
I love that.
Snaps. Whoa. Look at G. G, what's up, girl? Okay.
Hey, G's been killing it, guys. I don't know if you've been watching her stuff.
I know, and a lot of people don't make it into my feed. It's usually the people who basically abuse the platform. But G is one of them that I've been seeing her videos, and every time I see it, I love it. I gotta leave a little love everywhere she is.
It is beautiful, right? And hey, guys, that's a byproduct of what happened on the 24-hour live stream. Is the fact that you got people now who are stepping out of their zones now and saying, you know what, I feel like I'm brave enough to go out there and start putting myself out there and connecting. And that's just kind of where we'll start before we come full circle, Jason, about what we wanted to talk about. Is people getting out? Go ahead.
I actually, it's interesting because we're talking about the passage that Chantel just read, talking about, and G literally not giving up in the 11th hour or our 23rd hour of her telethon, right? She came on board for that last hour, and that's where like everything started. So it's never over. It's she was right there. She was waiting for that 11th hour, and she struck.
I love it. It was so cool too, because there's nothing more intimidating in my mind than being asked to show up on a video, let alone a live video on somebody's channel who has over 80,000 followers. And here it's 7 a.m. It's like 5 a.m. on the West Coast. And G and Darlene, Silver Fox, what's up? Okay, these two girls right here, ladies, I should say, they hopped on without debating it. Like, sure, I'm in. Send me the link. I'll hop on. And then sure enough, they're making their own content now. So I love that. And Jason and I met yesterday when we were brainstorming about XXO and our content strategy and getting more involvement from people that are ready to be a little more vulnerable in a constructive way that brings people together. And what we thought was, if we can book enough time that maybe some of the people who do join us, we can send them an invitation. I know, Gabe, you're like, well, this means more work for me, but
Bring them on.
send them an invitation, bring them on and have that conversation, because that really is where the magic happens.
Well, and yes, and again, I think that's why I do different things on my own live stream, but that's one of the things that I focus on. And this is the fascinating part about it, is the people first aspect of bringing somebody on to share what it is that they are, what makes them unique, what makes them, what has made their journey either ordinary, extraordinary, difficult, whatever it is, and sharing those tales about how it has kind of helped shift and change the way that they look at their own lives now, and the way that they look at how they interact with other people. So I think that's why I said I love these kind of shows where you get the opportunity to do this and you bring somebody on, because not only are you kind of, in a way, you're helping them like open up, like we have with G and Darlene, but in turn, we're taking something out of this ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you realize it or not, you're learning something from what they're telling you. So it's like, yeah, if you want to help me learn something about myself, sure, let's do it. I'm open to exploring that in as far reach as we have to go. Because again, like I said, there's some people who are finding it very comforting now to open up and share what it is.
Yeah, and there's a lot of beauty in that, and how people can share their stories and how relative it is. I mean, every time somebody does something different to decompress, right? Everybody has different ways of doing that. For me lately, it's been a lot of Netflix, honestly. And I get so much slack for that, because people say, you know, if you're an entrepreneur or business owner, you got to hustle. You don't have time to Netflix. However, I have learned so much in a creative outlet there and decompression from watching a show like Schitt's Creek. Have you guys seen that?
Oh, amazing.
Pure gold, right?
Amazing show.
It's my spirit animal. But this decompression and this creative outlet, it also helps me think about personal branding and creativity. So there is always a way to tie it back in and go full circle. So I will never shame somebody for watching Netflix to decompress and do that self-care, because those comedic gold pieces like Schitt's Creek and those shows are amazing. It's so good for the soul.
Yeah,
I mean,
I would say
ahead,
absolutely yes, because moments ago Chantel just sent me something that was gold, and so whatever she's doing, it's working, because she was so dialed in. So cheers to that. Yeah,
are you talking about our brand guidelines that I just designed overnight?
Yeah.
Whipped it together while I was watching The Crown.
Hey, I gotta tell you,
I saw where the influence came from.
Yeah, I'm just saying that there is so much, like you said, there is something in decompressing a lot. I mean, because it is, and I talked about this week. I made a video about burnout. I burned out. I was very open about that. I went too hard, too fast. There was a lot of things that I didn't pay attention to, the signs, the warnings, the experiences. Everybody was telling me, going, "Wow, you're a beast," but man, think about yourself a little bit, Um, so it was one of those things where I kind of had to just literally unplug. I mean, that's why I took 7 weeks off. And I
Well,
just
you do so much, Gabe. I mean, I don't know another person who does more than you, honestly, with your live streams and all of the social activity. You're always present, and that's got to be taxing on your mentality or your body.
well, even the content, but here's the thing though. There was a lot of things that I was getting out of what I was doing because I was learning a lot from people. I was taking in a lot of self-reflection on myself. I was really learning how to do the work on myself to kind of make myself a better person. But the problem was too much, too fast, too soon.
Mm-hmm.
It just gets in there so fast that you just have to just step back. And I mean, literally when I did, I literally unplugged. I did like you. I just took in hours upon hours of romantic comedies. That's what I love to watch.
Yes. Oh.
Now I get flack. I get flack for that.
Your character there and what you like.
I get flack for that, but I don't care. I'm pretty comfortable with my emotions now. But I don't. I love romantic comedy. They're just something.
It's a good outlet. It's a good little release.
To see that somebody had to come up with the concept of writing about love. To me, that's kind of cool. So that's what I get out of it whenever I watch it, and there's just so much involved. So for me, that's what I did to kind of like step away and just go, I got to do this. And when I came back, it literally helped me kind of elevate myself a little bit more. I had to think about a lot of things.
Well, everybody watching, what's your outlet? What do you do? Do you read? If you read, what genre? If you watch movies or Netflix or other streaming services, this is not sponsored by Netflix. What is it? And what genre? Because I think that does play another factor into the sense that you and I, Gabe, we lead into those comedies because laughter is such a strong medicine, isn't it?
Oh, completely. I couldn't, like I said, I've done whole shows on just talking about the whole power of having a good laugh. I mean, you got some people can.
Yeah, there's Miss Suchi in Singapore who does laughter therapy. I mean, she gets into boardrooms and has executives belly laughing, and then it becomes contagious and it becomes real laughter, and it's beautiful. Nothing wrong with a romantic comedy. Nice
there you
job.
Go.
What about you, Jason? What do
Thanks
you do?
for having my back.
I'm a YouTuber.
Do you YouTube? What kind of YouTubing?
I go down the YouTube river of wherever it leads.
The YouTube river.
I'm a tuber. Yeah, you don't know where it's going to bring you sometimes. But when you start with one and you don't get stuck in that continuous loop, it can be fun to see what's next on it.
Yeah.
So I don't do the Netflix, but I like my YouTube.
Really? I'm not a YouTuber. The TikTok, though, can get really addictive, too, especially when you run into the funny pet videos, the funny animals. That's where it gets good.
Well,
funny channel.
And it is. It's kind of, I like what DJ says there. She's like, she likes to go watch live music.
I miss live music shows in person, too. The last person on the stream to recently get onto Netflix, but my fun there is Schitt's Creek and Karate Kid. Nice. There's Cobra Kai too. That's a new one that I've been wanting to watch with the family because I think it's family friendly.
and that's okay. That's for, I tell everybody, oh, there's a good one, right? He's saying
reading books
makes my day.
Yes. Reading books are good. See, the text in this book is so big that I can actually read this. Otherwise, forget it. I need a magnifying glass. I'm like a 90-year-old grandma. That's my life.
Oh, wow. Well, there you go.
Yeah, there you go. That's see, I know you, G. That's okay. I got you.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, everybody has a different sort of way of what I'm saying. Whenever you have to take that opportunity to just get away from it all, because again, like I said, in what we were kind of leaning towards was about how people who have these sort of anxieties, right? This is where we get into what we really wanted to cover again. But like even Jason was mentioning this at the beginning of before he came on live, was the fact that like some people don't feel comfortable enough to be alone, right? I mean, that kind of forces them to start picking up their phone and hopping back on social media, and before you know it, they're hours upon hours looking and texting and posting and the whole 9 yards. I mean, it can become where it consumes,
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, let's see.
Okay, did you have a hard time transitioning off of when you took your break and spending the time with yourself? Were you getting anxiety of leaving behind
Oh yeah.
social media and everything? And did it take a while to adjust to be comfortable spending that time with yourself?
Yes, it was very hard at first to literally put my phone down and not look at messages, to not get on LinkedIn or not get on any of these platforms where people would send me messages, to like just totally step away and go. I mean, it had to come to the point where I knew I had to turn my phone off. I had to turn my laptop off so that I just didn't have such a quick access to hopping back on there and just being right back in the same pattern I was. That was the whole point for me, was to kind of just step away and try something different. So at that point, that's where I went back to just sitting down and doing, where I really concentrated back on writing. I got it more back into in depth of journaling of what I wanted to do, and it gave me more ideas to be creative. So you gotta. I mean, you have to at some point, man. Figure it takes. I don't care how busy you are in life.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's one of those things. You can be as busy as you want. You can have everything planned out as much as you want.
You have to make time.
Yeah, you either make time or life will make time for you, whether you know it or not.
Oh yeah.
There's some people that get so busy. They get so busy and they're like, oh, I can't do it. I have all this going on, and then one day, knock on wood, but you get in a car wreck, and then all of a sudden, your world is thrown into a whole different atmosphere, and now all of a sudden, you have to make the time.
Or you get an incurable disease.
Or you. No.
I wonder who that is.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So.
Your body speaks. And that's actually another passage in here. I would flip through it and find it, but your body knows, and your body tries to tell you. If your brain's not listening, your body will listen, and it will make your brain start to listen. It's beautiful. I'm not going to dig through this.
Look at that. So I like that.
That's the comparison I'm talking about right there. Yeah.
Look at that. I isolated myself from social media because it really affected me on my self-esteem.
Mm-hmm.
How crazy is that? Interesting.
It's very common.
Yeah. Social media is a fickle beast, right? Because it can bring you so much joy and business and growth, and it can take so much away from you. I've seen a lot of people go down the rabbit hole of disaster and chaos that social media brings, unfortunately. But today I'm disconnecting, but only because I'm doing a data transfer to a new laptop. All right. Well, you live that life.
There you go, Darlene.
Darlene, why were you off for a long time? What was the reason behind that?
I did, and here's the thing, like I did a everyday blog for a while. and I was writing and posting on Facebook quite a bit, and I just really got to where I was, and it really did affect me. People putting a lot of hate posts, people putting things that were on there that really just kind of were very jarring for me that I didn't want to see on my timeline, and um, people arguing about politics. It really just drove me to that point. So you know what? I don't want to be here anymore. Um, so for a long while, I stepped away. It wasn't until I decided to find LinkedIn by accident, looking for employment and looking around, that I actually said, this is different.
Right.
I don't think if I hadn't found this, I would have stayed off social media.
Right.
Thank God I did, but it's transformed my life in so many ways, but it wasn't what I was looking for. I did, before coming here, have a bad taste in my mouth about what I thought about social media. I thought it was garbage.
Yeah. Same
You know?
here. I mean, it's people get so judgmental on social media as well, especially when you think about Facebook. That's where I was most of the time. Darlene, you have years of anxiety, pressure, bad waste of time. Yeah. A lot of people think of that kind of like Netflix, right? You're wasting your time. But the fulfillment on LinkedIn and other platforms where you can find that joy and those real relationships is beautiful. You just gotta know what to soak in, what to absorb, right? And what to let go. Because I think that it's those trolling statements and those people who judge and all that jazz that dig in deep and give you that drained energy. So, yeah, it's hard.
And what about you, Jason? I mean, have you ever had any experiences like that where you just felt like you didn't want to mess around, or have you always been like, you know what, I have a different purpose, so yeah, I use social media differently?
There were years where I did not use Facebook, Instagram, anything. I went through a period of probably 3 or 4 years where I didn't post anything, I didn't use them. It was interesting. A lot of people around me thought that was very odd that I wasn't on it. But for me, it was a time to really do the inner work and get away from everything. And so today I have those boundaries with it. But it took me a time of years of getting off. Just as Darlene says, boundaries. Yep.
Right. And you got to learn that even when you come back, I think you do have to learn a balance. I think that's the key to be able to still do this and fall back into the same traps that we were before. It's learning a balance of what, I mean, I don't, I got to tell people, I do a lot during the week. Yes, for social media. On the weekends, I don't do shit. Excuse my language, but I step away from it. I know myself better. I know if I go hop on something or seeing somebody's post, and I know there's people that tag me and all kinds of stuff. I just step away from it, and it says, you know what? When I get back on Monday morning, if I have 50 notifications, I'll deal with the 50 notifications at that point. So I try to just step away as much as I possibly can. And the only time that I will get on, yes, like Chantel Soumis.
Thanks, Dad. I appreciate that.
There you go. Don't you love it? The support.
Thanks,
Great.
Dad. Here's another passage. Let me read this one to you.
Okay, yes.
All right. Don't surrender all your joy for an idea you used to have about yourself that isn't true anymore. Okay.
Ooh.
Now, following up on that, let me read this one.
Ooh.
8 of the 10 things you have decided about yourself at the age of 20 will, over time, prove to be false. The other 2 things will prove to be so true that you'll look back in 20 years and howl.
I love that.
Right?
Because when I go back, that's interesting. Because when I go back and look at some of my journals, which I've started doing, thank you, Nancy Barrows. She and me have been talking a lot about journaling, where I went back and took out a lot of my early journals. I'm not that dude no more.
Right. What's up, Rebecca? So good to see you.
in so many ways. I'm glad in some respects that I'm not that way. There are other things that I wish I could still capture that I need to go back and look at again, because there was a different sort of optimism back then, right? In your youth, you're like, okay, there's so many things I can do, the possibilities, and then
Ignorance galore. It's super naive. Yeah.
right. So, but there is a little bit of gold in some of those, having some of those beliefs. If you can carry them and actually put a sort of, I mean, there's some things you're not going to be able to do. If I put on there, I want to go play in the NFL, not going to happen. 20, okay, think about it. 45, yeah, that's kind of.
It's perspective though, because you are playing in the NFL. You're just playing in the NFL of live streaming. You are a professional live streamer. So, although you're not throwing a football,
yeah,
you were redirected to a place where you were trying to go. So, a football is not in the hand, but your live stream is. So I can say that you're an NFL player.
There we go. Thank you. Appreciate that. I'll take that compliment any day. But that there is that's one of the good things I tell people about journaling. If you don't do it, there's nothing better than going back and to look at yourself. I mean, that's all it is. It's just looking at
good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between. Put it down.
Gabe, here's the other thing though, too, is that you could spend the rest of your life living in the past, saying that I was supposed to be a football player. What's up, Rashad? That I was supposed to be that football player, that it didn't happen. And that you spend the rest of your life in the past because it didn't happen, instead of redirecting to somewhere else. So
yes, brings me to my next passage here. Ready for it?
Great segue. Yes, go for it.
Okay. You will learn a lot from yourself if you stretch in the direction of goodness, of bigness, of kindness, of forgiveness, of emotional bravery. Be a warrior for love.
Ooh.
Dialed in. We are dialed
Stretch that direction, baby. Let's do it.
Who doesn't love love?
Right? And that's what's the problem with the world, is that there's a lack of love. We need to bring that back.
I love everything. I love everything that encompasses it, goes around. It has to do with love. That is one thing that no matter what, I will not and refuse.
Easier said than done.
Yeah. Well.
Always.
It always is. There you go. Thank you, Rebecca. Love that. See, there's love going around here everywhere.
There is.
There's so much it is. So, but yeah, it's really good to just be a part of something where you feel that you have that love around you, that support. I mean, that's where I'm getting to this point now where it just feels like so much abundance around me that I feel like lucky. Like, wow, this is I guess this has been a culmination of a lot of my past experiences to get me to this point.
Yes.
Abundance. Because that's a big word for people who don't know.
No. So can you share the name of the book?
Yes, it is Brave Enough by Cheryl Strayed.
Strayed. There, look at there. Pretty sure you can find that on Amazon, guys.
I know. My friend found it in a gift shop next to a unicorn tea pod thing. So then, of course, she bought them both for me. So sweet.
Oh my gosh. What a great
warrior for love in high school. Frickle mouse. Rob.
Oh gosh. Guys. You never know what you're gonna get. It's like Forrest says, right? About the box of chocolates.
You never know more than romantic comedy.
Yeah. Hey, John, what an idea. Warrior for Love. That does sound like a good romantic comedy title. Maybe we can sit down and hash that out.
Who's we?
Me and John here.
Oh, there you go.
He's the one that came up with the title, so I would need a writing partner to help me figure out how we could kind of steer Warrior of Love to where.
The thing about, so I love comedy, right? And I think that I'm hilarious, but my family doesn't. So we recently went on a treasure hunt. This is a total sidebar. We recently went on this treasure hunt in the middle of our snowy Wisconsin winter. And we filmed the whole thing because this was a big surprise for our son that my husband set up for him as like a dad, little dude kind of thing. And I kept throwing these one-liners and these puns in, and nobody was listening to me. And here, as my husband's got his headphones on, like editing the video, he's cracking up. And he's like, what, did you just realize, that you married somebody who's hilarious? So anyways, we got our own romantic comedy going on over here.
There you go.
Live, right? You can live a romantic comedy, like Eat, Sleep, and Breathe It. Let's do this.
Yeah, that's right. I mean,
what a blessing.
You were getting a lot of wah, wah, wah.
Just nothing. Just silence.
Like, come on,
but
man.
It didn't stop me, okay? I'm Moira.
Just give me a slow clap or something. I would just acknowledge it. That's all I want.
Yeah, exactly. Now I don't need any acknowledgement. I'll keep going in my one-man show over here.
Exactly. Wait. Okay, John, you're confusing us. You're disconnected today, but you're not disconnected.
He's not. Well, that's okay because we're spending it well right now, aren't we?
Yeah. Disconnect immediately after the show's over, then you're good. Okay. We want to take that into account, John. So thank you so much for preparing your disconnect after XXO Connect Live ends. So, wow, guys, do you realize we're only 2 weeks away from a new year?
A new year, I know. That's such an interesting conversation as well. And I think we scratched on this before is why is a new year so powerful? I guess
it is.
It's just a date. It really isn't, other than it turning new days in, it really doesn't do much. But I think it's that second chance or setting those goals or really having like a day to focus on. Wow, that was very northern of me. What do you think?
No, I mean, it's correct. There's even use. I mean, I just literally said it and your eyes lit up. So there's something that's already been ingrained in us over time where everybody's like, new year, new me, new year, new beginning, new year, whatever it is.
The gym every day.
Yes. Like I got this, right? And I've been about this for a while where I've told people why, even when somebody starts something, I've talked to people said that I'm going to start Monday. And I tell why Monday? Why wait till today's a good day to start anything, whether I'm starting a diet tomorrow or you know what, I'm going to keep my blog. I'm going to start doing it Monday. I'm like, I mean, just because it's the beginning of a work week, maybe, I don't know. Yeah. But to me, the whole thing is
new beginnings.
It's
easier to build on a clean foundation, isn't it?
You don't need a change in year to activate that change in you. You're pushing it away. It's again.
Is that a quote that you just made up? Because you should put that on like a book or something.
It'll be in your next book. Your next one you get next time. I'll have my.
Okay, thanks. I like that. Good.
Deep Thoughts with Jason Lebowitz. There you go.
Deep Thoughts. That'll be it. That's the title. Working Deep Thoughts.
Oh, wow! Where did you get this book? Oh no, my friend brought it. I don't know. Some guy I never met named Jason Lebowitz. It's just deep thoughts he wrote in a book, and they're going to help. So
I will before Christmas. So what do I have? Like 10 days or something? I will put a book of quotes together for Chantel in less than 10 days. So now that
I put brand guidelines together for you in like 4 hours. So it usually takes us a full week to start as creative. But
can we do less than 4 hours?
Hashtag hustle. What? So write a book in 4 hours. You got it.
I feel we got that competition going on. Like somebody says, "Oh, I can name that tune in 6 seconds."
Oh, yeah,
Ooh, I can do it in 5.
So she's hardcore. Like she's hardcore.
I am hardcore. I know nothing but hardcore in my life.
But you know what?
It's true. You got to be a badass to get through, what you get through. And I'm not saying that I get through a lot, but I get through a lot.
You are a badass. I said that before, and I'll say that again. You are a badass.
Oh, I hope I'm not breaking the speakers with this cackle.
No. It's actually comes across very well to the crowd. So look at there. Darlene loves it. She said,
Darlene, I love Darlene. I wish I could make her really tiny and put her in my pocket and carry her with me everywhere I go.
She's such a cool person.
She is.
I don't know if you guys have ever. I don't know if Jason, you've ever had a conversation with her like offline. Yeah. She's
great.
She's one of those people that you're like, cool. I'm glad I met you.
We need more. We need more.
Yeah.
I mean, where are your people? Send them to us. Okay, here's another passage. Ready?
Okay.
And this is why journaling and storytelling is so important and why I love marketing and branding. Okay. There are stories hidden in the language we use, whether we're conscious of them or not. They tell the truth of our hearts and minds.
I see that that book's going to do a lot of good things for you.
Is it? I don't know. But it makes you think, doesn't it? They're all very good reminders if you haven't already heard them at least once. Infectious.
And here's the thing: there's no right or wrong way. Look, there's no right or wrong way to how you do your motivations or what gets you in the spirit of where you need to be in as far as mindset. Because you'll hear people say, affirmations don't work. And then hear some people say they do work. And there's some people that say, I don't know about it. My whole thing is you find what works for you. If it's reading inspirational quotes, fucking do it. Put it right there on your wall. Post notes. Do whatever you have to do that gets you to trigger in that mind to whatever it is you got to get to. There's no right or wrong way. For everybody, it's different. So I hate when people say you're doing it all wrong or you should do this. My thing is, if you're not going to, give me at least some sort of supportive advice, I don't want to hear it because it's just all you're going to try to do. To me, that's where you get into that sort of sly undertone of negativity where people just kind of mask it a little bit by saying, well, I'm doing it in your best interest. They say shit like that. To me, that's like a backhand.
They don't know where to begin, or what they're doing is not working either. They'll continue to do the same thing over and over and stay at that same frequency. And so it's, for some, it's providing the tools and different ideas to think outside of the mindset that they're in, because they're in a locked mindset. So sometimes it's not a right or wrong, but it's shifting, doing something different. And actually, so I'll tie that into something that we're kicking off in January, is our weekly mastermind masterclass. We are kicking off XXO's weekly class with a different featured guest, different featured expert coach, specialist, instructor every single week in types of subjects. And actually, Rebecca O'Brien, who I believe is still on, if she's still on with us, is going to be kicking off the first one.
Ooh.
Yeah.
This sounds interesting.
We are, XXO is kicking off.
Lean in a little more.
Ooh. Yeah, when you get to that.
Yeah, the topics are all going to be revolving around this transformation, self-help, growth, mindfulness, all of those topics, just to make yourself a better person. Because self-improvement, I actually posted this the other day, if you will, being a work in progress is the best gift you can give yourself.
There you go. It doesn't get any better than that. That needs to be in a book somewhere.
Chantel Soumis, December 17th, 2020.
That's right. We'll call that one Chantel Speaks.
Chantel Speaks. Actually, that was my hashtag on LinkedIn for a long time when people were doing those personal hashtags with Chantel Shares. What? Yeah. Stopped using it though, because I don't think LinkedIn likes those custom hashtags.
Well, you know what? They do work for some folks. I got to tell you, they do work for some. Others, I don't know. I was like you. I gave up on even trying to.
What was your custom hashtag? Share it.
Okay, So when I first started, I would put Gabriel agrees, right? That's what
Gabriel.
Gabriel Agree.
Oh,
Yes,
agrees.
agrees.
I thought you said Greaves. I'm like,
No,
that's
no,
I
no,
thought he
not
said
agrees.
grease, like bacon grease.
Oh, that would have been probably more interesting. As a matter of fact, I think I would have found more clout if I would have been like, "Dude, are you that much into bacon grease?" Yes,
Absolutely.
absolutely. Follow me. You'll find
Gabriel.
out so many interesting stuff.
Gabriel Gibbs. How about that?
Gabriel Gibbs.
Ooh,
Mhm.
let's change that. Maybe that needs to go.
I like the Leal Deal. I think that one's awesome.
Hey, I'm
The
gonna start.
Leal Deal.
I'm gonna start hashtagging the shit out of these things and see if any of them work. And then whichever one sticks, that's the one I'm running with. I'm just gonna put them out there now. So
Just
I have.
stick with hashtag innovation since that's
Yeah.
the one that has the most followers.
Oh. Well,
It has nothing to do with innovation. Oh well.
well, that's what I'll do. I'll just start tagging that, and I'll start tagging bacon grease and everything I do too.
Bacon grease.
I just want to see how many people will draw and go, "Why is he posting about bacon grease?" I don't know. It's interesting. Let me find out. Maybe I'll be. Maybe one day I'll be trending on LinkedIn. So there we
Maybe
go.
bacon is salty and fatty, just like me. So I have a lot in common already with your with your trending hashtag. Let's do this. We'll start a movement.
All right, guys. Well, final thoughts before we get out of here. Just really quickly, because again, I don't know. We'll find out whether or not we'll be doing one of these next week, because it will be Christmas Eve. So I don't know if people might be at home. I don't know. We'll leave it up
Are
there.
we streaming on Christmas Eve?
I don't know.
I'll have to come festive. I'll probably be wearing pajamas.
Well, I'm always prepared for anything, and if you want to be in a festive mood,
Oh, that's killing me, Gabe. You got to stop that.
I got it right here. Here you go.
You're gonna send
Hold on. Look away. Gotta find it. Where is he at? Here we go. I gotta find the. I gotta find my Christmas motif. It's around here somewhere. It's not here. Jeez Louise. I should be better than that. Here you go. There's the snow.
Oh my God, that's too much, Gabe.
There you go.
That's too much.
There you go.
That's too much.
So we'll just go with the black background. There you go.
We gotta keep Chantel safe. I
gotta keep her safe. Let me turn it off. There you go.
Oh, that's perfect. Thank you. I appreciate it.
See, there you go. Happy holidays.
Seizure awareness.
There you go. So you see the reef up top there. We are in the festive spirit here, guys. So
I love it. Ho, ho, ho.
Ho, 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 folks. I should have brought my Christmas hat. I actually have one. So, yes, it's not. No, darling, we're not crossing into my territory. I'm just trying to lighten the mood.
Those are the funnest episodes.
When I go bizarro, we just go wherever. I mean, like I said, we go different directions, and that's what's going to happen tonight. So, guys, cross promoting. You get the chance.
Top it in. We got a LinkedIn local too. Oh yeah, throwing that out there. Anybody who wants to join us, Jason, Gabe, are you going to be on? It starts at 4 to 5:30.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah, I will be there. Full festive gear.
4 to 5. I probably will be about 30 minutes
Central.
late because I think. Yeah, I'm Central. I actually think I have a 4 o'clock meeting with Darlene, as a matter of fact, today.
Oh, well, I hope you guys can pop on if you can. Awesome. I'll send you the link.
Send us the link.
You getting dressed up? Chantel, you getting dressed up?
I'll probably
festive.
I'll wear a headband. Yeah, I don't have any kind of festive swag like you have, apparently, from the video you shared the other day. That was impressive. I mean, it looked like you were wrapped up in a gift.
I might have to wear that shirt for the second time in 2 years now, right?
There you go. Sure.
Hey, what a reason to celebrate.
Let's do it.
So yeah, I'll definitely. Please send me the link.
Will do. Awesome.
So,
All right,
until guys, everybody stay safe, stay blessed, and enjoy the holidays. It's going to be very interesting because 2021 is right around the corner, and we'll find out what's coming out. But nobody knew what 2020 was going to be like.
A lot of love and laughter.
Yes. So thank you guys. Yes.
A lot of
talk soon.
XXO. You know it. Spread that love.
There you go. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Come
Happy
on.
Hanukkah. You
Thank
got
you
one
so
more
much.
day left.
Yes. There
Live
you
it
go.
up.
So, all right, guys, we're out of here. We'll be back here. I don't know when we'll be back here, but we'll be back here.
We'll be back
Christmas Eve. So
We'll be drinking it.
thank you guys. Thank you
Okay.
guys so much. You guys stay safe, stay blessed, and we'll talk to you again very soon. Goodbye, everybody.